Infinite is one of the worst villains in the entire Sonic series. I know that I've gone on record multiple times saying that Sonic Forces is not a very good video game, let alone a good Sonic game, and I intend on making a couple of videos dedicated to explaining why I think that Sonic Forces is the worst mainline Sonic game. Starting with the first episode, where we're going to be going over why Infinite is the worst written villain in the entire Sonic series. Yes. Every single mainline Sonic game has a better villain than Infinite. Once again, before we start, if you disagree with anything, feel free to join the Discord server, tune into live streams every now and then where we discuss things like this, and yeah, let's begin. So starting things off with Infinite's backstory, because yes, even before we touch the events of the main game, there are still issues with his backstory. It's established multiple times in the base game of Sonic Forces that Infinite was a machine created by Eggman.
Every humiliation at the Hedgehog's hands will be returned 1,000-fold by my unstoppable creation. With this invention, I can expand the Eggman Empire across the globe and conquer the world!
Eggman experimented with lots of prototypes, and then incorporated the final version into Infinite. So this is where Eggman built Infinite. It's so sad. What a lonely place to be brought into the world.
Impossible. Your abilities exceed your previous data.
Unlike mechs, I can grow. I get more powerful every second.
The base game pretty clearly establishes that Eggman built Infinite. However, what episode Shadow proves is that Infinite was not in fact a machine to begin with. Rather, he was someone who took an L to Shadow, and then he basically threw a temper tantrum and became a supervillain, I guess.
Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
Me? He's calling me weak? No, I am not weak. I'm not. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
Am I not manly?
Well, you have to ask.
Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. At the very least, the base game of Forces was very consistent with Infinite's backstory. However, episode Shadow basically throws this on its head and basically creates a massive plot hole. There's a theory floating around the internet that because Shadow eliminated the members of the Jackal Squad that Infinite was a part of, which is confirmed within the game, that Infinite wanted revenge on not only Shadow, but also Shadow's friends. And that theory certainly makes sense to an extent. However, it's also blatantly contradicted by Infinite's actions throughout the main game of Forces, which we'll go over now. Now, to give credit where credit's due, the first time that we see Infinite in the main game of Sonic Forces, it's not that bad. He's basically portrayed as a mysterious villain, who is certainly powerful, as he was able to defeat Sonic in a matter of moments.
Huh? Whoa, this guy is faster than Sonic!
There is no reason to resist. There is no. I can taste your terror, child. All that anxiety and doubt. Give in to your fear. Flee screaming, and I'll let you live.
This is the first of many times in the story that Infinite just lets one of the main characters live, even when there's no reason for him to do so. Like, mate, you've already won, and you just showed you aren't against killing these people. You literally wiped out, like, 3 soldiers with a single laser beam. Yet all of a sudden you're letting the rookie survive for no reason whatsoever. Which is something that Infinite does against Sonic the next time that they meet in Luminous Forest also.
As I predicted, you're not even worth the effort to finish off.
And for the few Infinite defenders who say, oh well, this is one of his reoccurring character flaws where he's overconfident, listen to what he says in the previous cutscene.
This wasn't part of my agenda, but I'm always happy to crush a hero. It keeps the rabble in line, shows them that there is no hope. See, you may call me Infinite. in the brief moments that remain to you.
Infinite says multiple times in that cutscene that he is all too happy to crush a hero, as it keeps the rabble in line and it makes them give in to hope and despair. And in his interaction with Sonic, he even implies that yes, Sonic only has a few moments to live, implying that yes, Infinite is going to kill him. Yet when he has Sonic defeated and at his mercy, he just decides to leave for no reason at all. This completely assassinates what happened in the previous scene. You know, the fact that Infinite was literally about to kill Silver before Sonic showed up. If Infinite truly wants to show the Resistance that there is no hope, he would just kill Sonic there and then. And even if for whatever reason Infinite really doesn't feel like killing Sonic, there are still other things that he could very well do. He could trap Sonic in virtual reality, just like how he did with Shadow in the episode Shadow DLC. He could recapture Sonic and re-imprison him and start torturing him again. He could create a giant trap for the Resistance and use Sonic's body as bait. Or fuck, he could literally trap Sonic in null space like he does later on in the damn game. There are so many things that Infinite could do right then and there if he truly wants to crush the Resistance's spirit, yet he just leaves for no reason whatsoever. Also, the fact that he leaves without noticing that he dropped a Phantom Ruby prototype, like seriously, how the hell did that slip his notice? Also, we see that when the rookie re-encounters Infinite in the Metropolis battle, Infinite says this.
Fine. I will teach you fear, then pain, and then, well, at least the fear and pain will end.
Like, Infinite is fully intent on killing the Avatar, yet for some reason he doesn't do the same against Sonic. It's freaking stupid. But wait, we're not even done with this fight scene. So it's established in the game that the only reason that the Avatar survives this encounter against Infinite is because he is in possession of the Phantom Ruby prototype, which allows him to negate some of the effects of the actual Phantom Ruby that Infinite uses.
This will be goodbye. How is this possible? It can't be. How did you?
Infinite, you literally saw the Phantom Ruby prototype drop out of his pocket as you were watching him. But wait, there's more.
No matter. They have only 2 days left. Let them contemplate the inevitable till I end this once and for all.
Once again, we have an instance of Infinite wanting to kill the main character, yet for some reason he chooses to no longer do that when the plot is convenient for it, I guess. Like, mate, you literally were talking about how you were going to kill the Avatar, and then for some reason you don't want to kill the Avatar, even though once again you have him at your mercy. Also, if destroying the Phantom Ruby prototypes was part of the plan, then why don't you destroy the Phantom Ruby prototype that the Avatar is in possession of? You should very well be aware that he is in possession of it. You saw it fall out of his damn pocket when you were looking at him. This guy literally held his own against you better than Silver did, and he's in possession of one of the few weapons on Earth that are capable of negating your power. You literally saw with your own eyes that the Avatar is one of the few people that were capable of negging your power, yet all of a sudden you decide to let this guy live? This guy poses more of a danger to you at this point in the story than Sonic does. Fairly certain you should kill him, but no, you're just gonna fly away, for fuck's sakes. With this being a reoccurring theme later on in the Metropolis meetup, where yes, Infinite does do something pretty impressive where he traps the Avatar and Sonic in null space, which is described as being impossible to get in and out of, you know. However, even this isn't free from criticism, since in the very next scene when Sonic and the Avatar break free from null space, Infinite just sits there and doesn't do anything. Like, are you freaking kidding me? These guys are repeated thorns in your side, and you yourself are growing impatient and exasperated at the fact that, oh, this world is constantly throwing insects at you.
More ants to crush. I wonder if this world can offer me a real challenge.
So why aren't you doing something? You yourself even expressed disgust at the idea of making a quote-unquote tactical retreat just before this meeting.
And by tactical retreat, you mean to say, flee with our tails between our legs. I'm quite displeased about this, Doctor.
Yet all of a sudden you're all too happy to do so? However, now we've got the final battle and this is where everything just shits the bed. We need to go through this one by one.
Hey, Infinite! Long time no see. Did you miss me?
Why, yes, I did. I've been looking forward to finishing you and your annoying friends. I trust you're all ready for oblivion.
So it's pretty clear that the entire plan is for Infinite and Eggman to kill the Resistance and wipe them off the face of the Earth so that they can build Eggman Land, which ultimately raises a question as to why they didn't kill Sonic and the Avatar and goodness knows who else when they had the chance, but I digress. We see in this scene that Infinite by himself is capable of overwhelming literally everyone in the Resistance, including Sonic and Shadow. Keep this in your head. So not only is Infinite by himself incredibly powerful, which yeah has been established multiple times in the story, but what other abilities does the Phantom Ruby have?
Infinite can create virtual reality projections. They have mass and form, but no heart and soul. Replicas. The problem is, they may not be real, but their powers are as formidable as the originals. According to Rouge, Infinite can create unlimited numbers of them.
Infinite could essentially create an unlimited amount of any enemy that Sonic has faced, including but not limited to Metal Sonic, Shadow, Chaos, and Zavok, and it's also established later on that he can also clone himself, potentially an unlimited amount of times. The reason this is important to know is because of what Infinite says here.
You're done with this. The Phantom Ruby's energy is recharged. Perish along with your useless friends.
Yeah, how does Infinite lose this fight again? It's been established multiple times now that Infinite is significantly more powerful than Sonic in his base form, to the point where Sonic really can't take Infinite in a 1v1. It's also established that the only reason that the Avatar lasted as long as he did against Infinite was because of the Phantom Ruby prototype that he no longer has access to. And without the Ruby, well, the Avatar should be weaker than Sonic. Which ultimately begs the question, how the hell does Infinite lose this? He was shown to effortlessly overpower the entire Resistance with a single attack. He could create an entire freaking army and overwhelm Sonic and the Avatar that way. Or fuck, if the Phantom Ruby is recharged, he could literally just recreate the sun for a guaranteed win. Sure, it didn't work the first time, but Eggman now knows why it didn't work and he would be able to communicate that to Infinite. There is no reason for Infinite to lose this fight. He is fucking incompetent. He has such immense power and he doesn't use any of it. And you know what makes this even worse? The fact that Infinite literally dies after this. Like, he dies as he lived, a fucking fool who accomplished literally nothing and was all bark and no bite. However, if you can believe it or not even freaking Eggman escapes this game unscathed. He is literally stated that his new machine has surpassed Infinite.
Confirmed sightings indicate Shadow, Metal Sonic, Zavok, Chaos, Infinite. Thousands of them.
What have you done?
I merely incorporated the Phantom Ruby into this Death Egg robot. A good deduction, Tails. This Death Egg robot has... No, I have surpassed Infinite to become the complete and ultimate form.
Yeah, there's no freaking way that the heroes should win this fight. They were already struggling against Infinite. There's no freaking way that they would be able to last a second against this Eggman robot. An Eggman robot who should be able to effortlessly swat them like flies, but I digress. The same Eggman robot that could literally overwhelm them with an entire army of Infinites, but I digress. Oh, Jesus, the villains in this game are shit. The point of this video is not to demean your opinion and to prove that your opinion is wrong. If you think that Infinite is a good villain or you think he gets too much hate, then who the hell am I to stop you? However, this character just does not work as a villain and he is one of the most disappointing, underwhelming, pathetic attempts of a villain in the entire series. He has so much power and yet he never uses any of it. He is so freaking powerful that the Resistance realistically stands no chance against him. He's so freaking powerful that I'm honestly left wondering if Super Sonic could beat him, yet all of a sudden the Resistance are able to beat him when the plot calls for it. It's safe to say that this is one of my least favourite Sonic games in the entire series, and we've only just begun, because we have only covered the villains. In the next episode, we will be looking over how Sonic Forces ruins literally every single hero in the Sonic series. I thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and comment down below what you thought about the video. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one.